There are some actors we all grew up watching, and then, over time, they just slowly stopped appearing in new movies or shows. Nothing dramatic, life just moved on, and so did their careers. In today's video, we're taking a look at a few well-known celebrities you probably won't see on screen again. Some shifted to quiet personal lives, some took different career paths, and others simply chose to step away from the spotlight. It's interesting to see how time shapes people, even the ones we once saw everywhere. So let's go through these familiar faces and see where they are now. Rick Moranis was one of the most familiar faces in the late 80s and early 90s. You probably remember him from classics like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Ghostbusters, and Little Shop of Horrors. He had this unique mix of gentle humor and awkward charm that made him instantly recognizable. But in the mid-90s, Rick quietly stepped away from Hollywood. After the passing of his wife, he chose to focus on raising his children and living a more private life. It wasn't a dramatic exit, just a man choosing family over fame. Now, Rick lives a low-key life away from the spotlight. He occasionally does voice work and small projects, but he's not trying to return to full-time acting. When he does appear publicly, fans love seeing him, but overall, he keeps things simple and private. Randy Quaid was a well-known actor for decades, especially in the 80s and 90s. People remember him for roles in National Lampoon's Vacation, Independence Day, and Kingpin. He was always that memorable character actor with a big personality and strong screen presence. But over time, Randy's career took a different path. In the late 2000s, he stepped away from Hollywood after dealing with a series of personal and legal issues. His public life became quieter and more complicated, and he eventually chose to stay away from mainstream acting. Today, Randy lives a much more private life. He's not involved in big films anymore, and he mostly keeps to himself, occasionally sharing things online but not returning to the industry. His then and now shows how different life can look when someone steps back from fame and chooses a very private, low-key lifestyle. Renee Zellweger became a household name in the early 2000s with movies like Bridget Jones's Diary, Chicago, and Jerry Maguire. She was known for her expressive acting style and her ability to completely transform into a character, especially Bridget Jones, which made her loved worldwide. In the 2010s, Renee took a long break from acting. It wasn't a dramatic exit. She just wanted time away from the spotlight to focus on herself and live a more private life. Fans noticed her absence, but she always said it was simply the right moment to step back and recharge. Now, Renee is back and working again. One of her major returns was playing Judy Garland in Judy, a role that earned her an Academy Award. She still keeps her personal life very private and isn't constantly in the media, but she continues to act when she feels connected to a project. J. Kirk Cameron became a teen heartthrob in the 80s with the hit TV show Growing Pains. He was known for his charming, all-American persona and quickly became a familiar face on TV. After Growing Pains ended, Kirk continued acting in movies and TV for a while, but he gradually shifted his focus toward faith-based projects. He became more involved in Christian ministry and family-oriented films, choosing projects that aligned with his personal values. Now, Kirk is still active, but mostly in faith-based media and speaking engagements. He's married with a family and keeps his personal life quite private. While he's not a Hollywood staple anymore, he has found a niche that suits his lifestyle and beliefs.